What up, people? Coach V, New Breed Boxing. So you made your mind up. You're going to start training. Great. Now you're going to need some equipment. Whether it's for recreation or for competition, I still recommend investing in some decent equipment, something that's going to last you and not impede on your training, because you want to keep your mind focused. Last thing you need to be doing is worried about dealing with shoddy equipment. With that being said, you don't got to show up the first day looking like you're sponsored by the money team. But you definitely don't want to show up looking like your mom picked out your equipment, unless your mom was out there running fades all the time like me, then maybe she should be working your corner. But back to business. Shoes. First thing you're gonna need is some good quality shoes. We don't allow street shoes in the boxing ring, and neither will any other gym. So you'll need either wrestling or boxing shoes. Keep in mind they tend to run a little bit tight, so you might want to get a half a size bigger. If you can try them on, of course, that's best. Personally, the brands I like are Nike and Adidas, but there's a lot of other brands out there to get the job done. They're all pretty much the same though. Some of them have a little arch. I personally don't like that. I like them just light and flat. If you have ankle issues, some of them got an ankle strap. That's useful for that, but other than that, they're all pretty much the same. Next thing you're gonna need, hand wraps. 180-inch hand wraps to me they've been around forever, but they're great. They get the job done. Don't get 108s. Those are just small and they're not elastic usually, and they just really don't provide any protection. There's a lot of other, there's some quick wraps out there that are okay. I don't mind quick wraps, they're okay. But personally, they don't provide as much protection as 180s. The only thing I will tell you about the 180s, and I'll put a link in the description, get the ones with the full Velcro that goes around the whole wrist. The ones with the little thin strip always rip off, they don't last. And they don't provide the protection because most injuries happen on the wrist. All right, next thing you're gonna need is some gloves. Now, even if you're not doing this for competition, you still wanna get the right size gloves. So I'll just go with the standard of what they use for competition in the amateurs. For bag gloves, you're gonna use gloves that are a little smaller. I'll get into sparring equipment later. You can use bigger gloves for sparring. Plus, you don't use your sparring gloves on the floor. I don't advise it. In boxing, 108 pounds to 141 pounds, use 10-ounce gloves in the amateurs. 152 pounds up to heavyweight and super heavyweight, use 12-ounce gloves. So that's what I recommend using. You can get lace-up gloves. That's up to you. If you got somebody to lace your gloves up, I personally prefer those. If not, for convenience purposes, you can just go with the Velcro. They make all different kinds of Velcro gloves. The main thing I'll tell you is, the gloves, they vary. I mean, they go from like $20 for some crap gloves that look like the gloves that you hang from your rearview mirror in your car that are completely useless. Definitely don't get those. Regular boxing gloves, again, I mean, they go from like $30 probably all the way up to like $300 I've seen. You can get some good gloves for like about 40, 50 bucks. As far as the jump rope is concerned, that'll probably be the only other thing I'll put on the list. A jump rope, you want to get thin handle speed ropes because we do, maneuvers where we pass in the rope for hand-eye coordination. So you don't want those big, heavy weighted ropes, and you don't want those big weighted handle ropes either. I personally just go with a nice speed rope. And I'll put some links in the description. I like the Buddy Lee rope and the Nordic Track rope. If you get a $2 jump rope, just keep in mind it's gonna break on you within 3 or 4 months if you're really training like that. So invest in a jump rope is gonna last you a long time. Now, if you are planning on competing, like I've said before in other videos, I definitely recommend you getting a good mouthpiece. Don't get these $5 mouthpieces at the store. They're not gonna protect you properly. And usually they're just huge. Like it's like jogging with a flip-flop. I mean, it's not gonna really provide the protection that you need, and it's definitely not gonna be comfortable. Go to the dentist. I would spring, financially, I would definitely put extra money to the side, because when you're training, your breathing is gonna be affected. When you train with a mouthpiece in, it's gonna be a lot different. So you're gonna wanna get used to that. And the last thing you wanna get used to is, a mouthpiece that just doesn't fit you right. It's just not going to be effective. So, one last thing, a gym bag. Get yourself a nice gym bag to keep all your equipment in, and You know, like people use book bags, stuff like that, whatever. I personally like the duffel type bag because as time goes on, you're gonna get more equipment. You're gonna get a second lot of equipment. I definitely recommend eventually getting a second lot of equipment. A, just for a backup, and B, sometimes you just want to switch it up a little bit. Keep your gear fresh. So with that being said, that's pretty much the basics. There's a lot of other accessories you can get. I'm not gonna get into that right now. So you got shoes, hand wraps, gloves, jump rope, mouthpiece, that's optional, and a gym bag. And always bring a towel too and some water. Show up and your coach should take care of the rest. Hope you found this informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment below. Leave some comments in the comment section if you have any other equipment ideas that you think I might have missed out. Till the next time, we out. Ow.